Peace and blessings. What's up? I'm Chi Vital and I'm back with another tool for your toolkit. What's going on? I missed y'all on Monday for Toxic Femininity. I still have a sweet one in the bag for you. So as you join in, let me know you here. What up? What up? What's going on? I'm logging in to the other side because my screen is coming in twisted. But today I want to talk to you about the topic of fire. Fire. So many of us love fire. And on the journey, on your spiritual journey, this is going to be one of the trickiest, most valuable, most important elements for your transformation. But tricky. It's very, very tricky. Oh, y'all not going to tell me I'm coming in sideways? Most important elements for your transformation. But sorry, y'all. Am I coming in clear or am I sideways? Because I'm not feeling being sideways. Let me see what we got. Looks like I'm stuck here. All right, so let's do it like this. I ain't got no problem with that. Cool. Clear. All right. I'm flexible. Let's do this. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. Clear, and y'all can hear me just fine. All right, so you can take out your HOC notebook. And if you have been keeping track of your spiritual journey, then we're on the subject of fire. All right. So current events. Last time we spoke, I discussed how we are very inclined to think about the world issue, the world's problems, especially as social media, the news, our friends, everyone is talking about certain subjects that are outside of us. And that is going to be very important for you to maximize on your ability to go deeper within to find out where you are and what your role is in your environment. So the next thing I want to discuss is why the element of fire is important when doing so. There's going to be this constant battle between humanity and whatever governing powers are in place until humanity itself unifies as a whole and can work something out where everyone is happy and governs themselves. The goal of my work is really not personal to me, but more so if something personally works for me, I'd like for it to light a fire within anyone who is watching, listening, practicing, following along, so that they too can find that power within themselves. Okay? To transform, to become what it is that they came here to be, and still keep intact their consciousness, their own will, their own spirit, their own desires, their own fire. Fire is the element that transforms. Fire is the element that sheds away all those things that are not going to be permanent. Most things are not permanent. Most things cannot withstand the fire. There are elements of yourself, though, that are made of fire. Fire cannot destroy fire. Okay? What's tricky about this is that nothing that's going to be transformed or transmuted in your life energetically in any way is going to happen overnight. What's tricky about that, just like what we're looking at, the outcomes of something that has been occurring over a long period of time. Initially, just like your spiritual journey, right? Initially, there's this thing that you're going after. You're like, I like this idea. I feel led. I feel passionate. Okay? I feel passionate. I feel driven enough to move forward into the next step. This country is built on an ideal of freedom, freedom of expression spiritually, in fact, right? And of course, initially everyone was like, yeah, that's a great idea. You know, I'm part of the Christian church and something is lighting the fire in me, is telling me this is not the truth. Like, I saw something else. I want to try that out. You're in it, right? So many of you have been through different schools before you even got here. So then you have, oh well, I tried out whatever, and it seemed like it was really the way, and then I was feeling oppressed in that, so I had to like shift gears and go and join something else. Fire, 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 fire. The passion is leading you to transform, to transmute energy, to go out, to be a part of something, right? But over time, your mission, your goal hasn't really changed, but the outcomes may not be what you've been looking for. And sometimes you get to an outcome where you're like, what the hell? How did I get here? Like, this is totally not what I signed up for. Um, this is not what I wanted to become. This is not what I wanted to be a part of. All right. So over time, there are things that deceived you, but you weren't able to see them. And that's just part of this whole matrix. There's going to be bits and pieces of deception. And deception is just a matter of seeing something as you think it is through your fire, and it's something totally different. Bringing us to the allegory of man in the cave sees people dancing outside through the flames. When you're looking through the eyes of passion, when you're looking through the eyes of your fire, what is really happening can be distorted. What is really happening is distorted through your fire. Does that make sense? If something so major in your life were to change abruptly overnight, right? It will be easy to find the source of what went wrong or what went left or what went in a different direction. It will be easy for you to spot it. That's not really the way life always happens. There are moments when life happens like that. On your spiritual journey, there are moments where you're like, oh, snap. Like, this just clicked for me. And even in that moment, it wasn't overnight, it happened over time. When things don't happen overnight, it's harder to see what the root cause is, what is aligned with that shift in your outcome. When you get to that moment where you go, oh snap, like this is not really where I wanted to be, or this is not turning out the way that I've been working towards, you want to go back to the source of your fire, the source of your passion, to recall and remember what was the mission. Take a moment to take inventory of the things in your direct environment that have been leaving you clues. At this time, while we have so many celestial bodies going in retrograde and stationary, it's important to not just think about what went wrong in the mission of the world around you, but look at the deception that exists within your own world. Be brave enough to face those truths within yourself. Now, when you face them, do you need to disrupt the entire planet because you've discovered something that is untrue within your own world? Well, that's up to you, isn't it? Some people choose to disrupt the entire world that they're connected to when they discover that there are things that need to catch a fire in a whole new type of fire in their environment. And it depends on your role within your environment. Are you a truth teller? Are you the person that disrupts everything? Are you the chaos? Is that constant? Is it real? Are you thinking that you are the chaos and taking on a role that doesn't belong to you? What's the truth about it? And do you have a circle set up for you that is personal so that you can disrupt whatever deception is in your personal space without upsetting your entire world? Because we are a microcosm and a part of a macrocosm in every sense. It's you, it's your intimate world, then it's your intimate world connected with your outer world. Your outer world connects to your grander community, your grander roles, the planet, and so forth. So if you can get this tight, then all those other things will shift the way that they need to shift. But right now, it's really important for you to get in tune with that fire element so that when it's giving you illusions, you're aware of it and you can use that to your advantage by being aware of what the truth is. What is it illuminating? What is it bending? Okay? What is it distorting? What is it making seem bigger than it really is? Are you following? Does that make sense? And is this useful to you at this time? Because we're in the midst of a wicked storm of change. And while it's happening, it's important to know where is it that you want to land after the storm passes. So that's all I wanted to discuss with you today. Expansion in your depth, the power of fire, getting in tune with it, not being afraid of it, but understanding what it can do in your life along the way as you find yourself getting closer and closer to the God within yourself. The truths of myself, my past actions and interactions are really being revealed while working with Shiva. That's dope. Because out of the darkness, it comes to light. When you go into yourself, you go into the depths of the infinite space of darkness, right? What's going to be revealed to you are the seeds of what things are sprouted. And that's the only way that you'll be able to transform or change anything. So this is a great time. This is a great time and an emotional time, but it's still great. Such is life. You're alive, you might as well be all the way committed to living your best and your most fullest life and addressing areas of yourself that need to shift for you, not for anyone else, for you. I'm going to always say that. Because if it's for anyone else, you still will never be satisfied. The tree says, yes, it is. All right, y'all. So enjoy your work. Are you working with fires? And I want you to apply that science to your own growth and development, especially within your personal work, your circle, your families, your relationships, so that fire won't be a problem for you. It'll be one of your tools in your toolkit. Thank you, Arika. Appreciate you. And you too. I think a precious gift. All right. Peace. love, and bliss, family. I'm out.